right, so welcome to AdVice. Today we're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to let Elena, who's been interning with us for 4 months?
Since October.
Since October, okay. So Elena is going to be in the host seat today. Me and Brittany Degnan are going to be in the guest chairs, and we're going to be put in the hot seat, so to speak. So as I understand it, Elena, you've got some questions for us?
Yes, sir. So I went to ChatGPT and I looked up what are the most common marketing questions for beginners.
Okay.
So my first question for you both is, where should I start with marketing my business?
I mean, I think branding needs to be first.
Most of the time, when somebody comes to us as an agency and they just started a business, they've already got a name and they've already got a logo.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually awful.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they think that they're ready to go and they're ready to start building a website and start marketing. But in most cases, they need to maybe take a step back, think about the name, think about the logo, think about the branding. So I'd agree. That's the first place you need to start. And then you really need to start making sure that your marketing strategy is figured out. Because if you just start marketing and running ads and you don't really understand who your target audience is or what your value proposition is, then you're going to waste a lot of time, effort, money on that. Mm-hmm. So branding and strategy.
Yeah. And we've talked about like positioning a lot as well. Like, yeah.
That was like when I was going through school, there was the 4 Ps. And I think now I saw it's like 7 or 8 Ps. It's a lot of Ps. But positioning is just lost now. I feel like nobody realizes you're either the cheapest option, the quickest option, the best option, the highest quality option, the celebrity endorsed option. Like there's a lot of different ways you can position the product or the company,
and most people don't know.
No, they say, well, I do this and this is my price and market it.
Right.
So
it's like, but why should they pick you?
Yeah, take 10 seconds before you actually start marketing a business and think through why people would want to buy from you.
Right. Which I think is part of the branding.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
100%.
Because if your brand like shows something cool about your business, then it's like, that's it.
And stand out, differentiate.
Right.
Create a blue ocean, be different.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Following that, how much does marketing usually cost?
Arm and a leg, $1 bajillion.
I was going to say, that's more of a you question.
There's marketing and there's advertising.
Right.
And the difference, do you know the difference?
Do they cover Explain it to me, please.
Okay. So advertising is anytime you're paying for an ad to be placed somewhere, whether that's Google or Facebook or a billboard, right? There's paid placement. Mm-hmm. Marketing is broader, right? So advertising falls under the marketing umbrella, and marketing is just anything to do with, branding, design, marketing strategy.
Getting your product in front of people.
Yeah, but the colors that you use and the fonts and the design, the coherence in your designs that you're producing for your brand. All of that is contained under marketing. I'm butchering it because there's like a lot more to that.
So much more. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot though. We have to sit here for like 2 hours.
Right. All the content and everything. So marketing is something that I think you can work on and you can put a lot of sweat equity into it. Mm-hmm. So how much does that cost? That costs your time. But if you're passionate about what you're doing and, if you're a business owner that's just starting out or you're just starting to launch a new brand, if you're willing to put in that sweat equity and that work, that is, to me, that's not the expensive part. The expensive part comes with the advertising. Mm-hmm. Not to say that marketing's free or that people that are doing marketing are not valuable and come with a cost, but the advertising, in a lot of cases for any business, we go immediately from hundreds to thousands to tens of thousands of dollars monthly.
Yeah.
Versus marketing. I mean, you can build a website, you can create videos, video content. You can do a lot with the marketing that's not as expensive. So how much does it cost? Was that the question?
It can be as expensive.
Yeah, it can be as expensive as you want, but you probably don't want to start off spending all that money.
Right. We're starting off. I forgot.
Yeah. You don't want to start off in your first month with big advertising budgets or anything.
Right.
But you need a couple things that you have to have. You have to have The content for a website, you have to have a website. You have to have some kind of sales collateral if you're business to business, or if you've got a product, you need to have all those product descriptions and product images done. But once you've got that, then you can start to advertise it. And that does get expensive.
Yeah. Maybe a price range. Starting out, yeah. I mean, if you're not able to put together a couple $1,000s a month to start, then you're really going to have to build that sweat equity side of things up a bit. Yeah.
But if you're going to start advertising, don't do it if you're spending less than $500. And if you're paying somebody to do it, you don't need to spend the $500. You need to spend like $1,000.
Yeah.
And you can work with freelancers. You can work with agencies. You can teach yourself a lot online. It's probably more expensive to do that than you think because of the opportunity cost.
Right.
You're going to have a learning curve. But yeah, have at least a couple $1,000s to spend on marketing before you launch a business.
Yeah.
So obviously, if I'm a business, I'm going to want customers. How do I get more customers online?
Well, that's it, the positioning, but it's also placement. Where are you? How do they find out about you? And there's a lot of ways you can do that for free on social media, right? Just producing good content. You can attend networking events. You can get the name out there, but also you can pay for it to be on search engines. Google Business Profile is free. Set that up and attach it to your website. Get in front of the people that are searching for your product and service. That's lead generation. Make people aware of your product or service and make them want it. That's demand generation. And you can do a lot of that, like I said, for on the sweat equity side, just doing the work, and then you can also pay for it. But that's how you do it.
Explain the difference, lead versus demand.
Yeah, like I was saying, if there are customers that are currently searching for your product and service or service, let's say like a plumber, there's a lot of people today in any given city that are going to be looking for a plumber, right? Leaky faucet, toilet exploded, septic tank overrun, new disposal needs to be put in, whatever, right? It's just going to happen. So that interest, that volume is already there. You just need to get in front of that crowd. And the best way to do that, and the easiest way to do it, is with ads. It's rare that probably a plumber is getting a lot of leads off of Facebook unless it's for a different service. It's not going to be for emergency services for residential, right? But then on the demand generation side, especially if you have a new product or service, something that's a little bit nuanced, then you need to educate your audience first before that demand is going to be there. So you're generating the demand for the product or service. So especially if you have differentiated yourself and you've got a little bit different way that you go about a product or service, or your product is brand new, nobody's ever seen it before, it's a new invention or new take on a product, then you've got to first tell people about it. You've got to make sure they understand why it's different and valuable. That's demand generation.
Cool.
Did I answer the question?
Yeah.
Did I answer too long?
No, I think.
You want to say I talk too much?
Well, no, I think because you said lead and demand generation, and people don't know what that means. So I thought it'd be good for you to define it.
Well, now they know.
Now they know.
Knowing's half the battle.
Exactly.
G.I. Joe taught me that.
Okay.
Yep.
So with that, how long does this marketing take to work?
No, yeah, you take this one.
Should I? Because I saw one of your podcasts recently where you said something that I did not like.
Because I said SEO should start to work.
Yes. See, I knew you would know exactly what I was talking about. I knew you would know exactly.
I specifically followed that with when you're talking about search, paid search, but people didn't catch that, I'm sure.
I didn't catch it.
I'll tell you this. Let's say you're a new business and you don't have a website and you don't have a Google Business Profile. Well, frankly, you're getting nothing from a search marketing perspective. So if I create one and if I have a website and I create a Google Business Profile and I build out your citations, in a matter of weeks, you're going to see a big difference.
Weeks, yes.
If you are an established, mature brand, which is not what we're answering today.
Right.
And, you've been doing SEO for 8 years and then you want better results. Yeah, that's going to take some time. So, mea culpa. It is not an instant
It's not
thing
instant
on the SEO side.
Okay, it's not instant for new businesses either, because we have to wait until it's indexed.
It takes a little bit of time. It takes a couple weeks to get indexed and get into the queue for Google to know you're there.
Right.
Now the LLMs and everything to know you're there.
Right.
But what I'm trying to advise business owners is a lot of agencies and marketing consultants will say that with the intention of shirking the responsibility of there actually being some results behind their SEO for 3 to 6 months. If you tell somebody it's going to take 3 to 6 months before you start seeing results,
6
and they're
months is crazy.
naive enough to pay you for 6 months,
Yeah.
and then it doesn't work, well, what did you do? You got paid for 6 months.
Right.
And you're probably not charging $100 a month. You're probably charging $1,000 a month or more.
Right.
So you just made $6,000 before the client found out, well, this isn't working.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't want to see, because this industry, it happens a lot. So that's why I was trying to say, you should start to see results. That doesn't mean sales. That might mean all of a sudden I'm ranking for a key term.
Right.
Or all of a sudden I'm ranking for additional phrases, or I'm ranking better. You should see metrics and you should start to see traffic. There's kind of a funnel, right? You see those ranking reports, and then the traffic comes, and then the conversions come, and then depending on the business model, the revenue. But marketing in general, how long does it take? Like, you're going to have to invest long term into your branding, into your website. You're not going to recoup those costs in the first month. That's why you need to have some kind of budget to start a business.
Yeah.
In most cases.
Plus, whenever it's a new business, you really do need advertising.
Yeah.
Because search engines might pick you up, but it's going to take a little while for you to get in front of everybody else who has more standing than you do. And a good SEO can get you there, but it will take a couple of months to get you there from page 2 or 3 to page 1. Like if you're ranking at all, when you start ranking at all above that 30, that's progress, even if it doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
But to even get you in front of people at first, if it's brand new, I feel like you need ads, and then slowly, 'cause SEO is a long game.
Yeah, and the ads are immediate.
Right.
You pay Tuesday, and then Wednesday those ads are out there and being clicked on by people, but it still takes a little time
Right. Yeah.
for those ads to get
to optimize.
and for the platform to understand that this is a good quality experience for the user that's clicking on the ads. So there's all this stuff that goes along with that. But I mean, we're both search marketers, so we're looking at this through the search lens. When you say broadly, like how long does it take marketing to work? It depends on the tactic, right? Like if it's social media, if I make that post today, let's say I just started the business this month, well, people are going to see it, but I probably have a really small following. It's probably my mom. This is the way it was with WIC Group when we started. It was my mom and my friends and our first handful of clients, and that was it. And so, you start with tens of followers.
Right.
So only tens of people see that post. So you might have done the best content ever, but unless it goes viral,
right,
nobody saw it. Sorry, been drinking today. No, I'm just kidding. Not.
You usually do drink on the podcast.
Yeah, on the.
This is a whiskey podcast.
Well, this is 2026, so
this is a whiskey podcast.
That's going to conflict with my resolutions for this year.
Oh.
I'm going to have to start drinking coffee on the other podcast.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, short answer to that question, the short question, and the other long verbose answer we've been given. It just depends on what your goals are and the amount of effort you're putting in. Like if you say, hey, I put an hour into building out a Facebook page, like where's my earth-shattering results? Sorry, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, if you have a small budget, it's going to take longer too.
Yeah.
Like if you're working with an agency, I mean, because they just don't have enough time to get you going.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be slower because the work is not going to be as much as if you do have a bigger budget. So when people have a smaller budget, it's kind of stinks because we can't give them everything that we want to give them because we are people pleasers, I think, by nature. That's why we got into this job.
No,
we want to give them good results, But sometimes they can't.
I can't tell you how many hours of my time I have given for free because it's a brand new business and they need this, they need that, they need this. And I'm working weekends and working nights, and they will never understand the value that I gave them.
No, they don't.
But
they don't appreciate it.
Sometimes it's not every time, sometimes you kind of get burned, but sometimes if the business does well and it gets off to a good start, you've got a lifelong client.
Yeah.
Long-term value down the road. But yeah, you're working for free sometimes just to get them off to a good start because there's so much that needs to happen with the analytics and the website and hooking all the platforms up together and doing the research and building the brand.
They underestimate how much time the little things take.
Yeah. So how long does it take? Less time if you put more work into it, and more time if you put less work into it.
There you go.
There you go.
That's a great. That would have been.
Just use that clip for social
that
media.
That would have been.
Well, my final question for you both is, how do I know if my marketing is working?
Conversions.
I mean, ultimately, yeah. I think for a long time it was when digital was kind of relatively new, we got away with, there's so many impressions and there's so many people that saw your ad, and that's the way traditional advertising used to kind of be pitched. And you would see a lift in your sales, but you weren't really able to tie it together like you can with digital. Now with digital, I'd say overtaking traditional and being the kind of the focus for most small businesses in most cases, you should be able to track everything. So you should know, I'm getting this many leads, I'm getting this many phone calls, I'm getting this many people walking through the door, and there are ways to track that even on the digital side. But you should ultimately see that hitting the register. You should see those sales going up. You should see people, and you should talk to people that come in and patronize your business if it's a brick and mortar. And even if it's e-commerce, you should find some way to straw poll or email people and do surveys. But you need to know, like, where did the traffic come from? How did you hear about us? Right? What ad is out there that people are responding to? But that's when you know it's working, is when you're having those conversations and you're seeing the sales and the revenue increase. And then you really need to make sure you're understanding where that's coming from, so you can do more of that and do less of this over here where you're not, it's not bearing fruit.
Yeah.
And that obviously comes along with what we just said, which was some of that is investment and long-term, and it's not going to bear fruit right away.
Right.
So you need to know the difference. And that's where, if you don't come from a marketing background, but you want to own and run a successful business, you need to find trusted advisors, consultants, experts, agencies, whatever it is,
and
to
a
help
good
guide
sales team.
Yeah.
You need a good sales team, because we can get people in the door, but we can't close them for you. We can't close them for you.
I know this is what really grinds my gears, but if you're in a sales organization, or if you're in a B2B type business and you have a sales effort, usually speaking, the best salesperson in the company is the owner, right?
Yeah.
The owner is the one that first started selling.
Right.
But when they start hiring salespeople, what you're talking about comes into play, where the marketing is driving the interested parties, and that owner or CEO or founder would have closed the business, but those sales reps aren't. And it's because nobody can sell quite as much like the founder, CEO, the person that started it, that has the passion, that understands all the nuances of the business, and that can instantly just quote something. Yeah. But also, like, are you investing in them?
Yeah.
Because you're investing so much into the marketing, but are you investing into training? Are you listening to calls? Are you doing ride-alongs? Like, are you making sure that you're closing all those leads that are coming through? Otherwise, it's money out and not money in. Like, it's just flowing out two ways, because you're paying the salesperson,
right,
and you're paying for the advertising. So that's what she's talking about. But like, let's say for the small startup business owner, just make sure you're having that conversation and make sure you're understanding where your business is coming from, and then reward those actions or the areas that you've been working on. Like, if they heard about you on Facebook, man, that's encouraging. Keep working on Facebook. If it was a referral from a friend, keep going to those networking events and trying to get the word out there. And if they heard about you on Google, well, great. Keep working on that business profile. So
Yeah.
Does that answer all your questions?
Yes, it does. Do you think I'm ready to start my own business now?
Of course.
I'll be the most well-educated in my marketing class, so.
What would your business be?
When I was in high school, I had a friendship bracelet business, so maybe we'll bring that back.
I love that.
There you
I
go.
love that.
CPG.
That could be good. You could stand
be on
outside of
Amazon.
Taylor Swift concerts and really make it.
There you go.
killer.
There's
Yeah,
my
grow 'em
target
ugly.
audience right there.
There you go. That's right. Good call out.
Just find a couple 14-year-old influencers and just
There you go.
go to town, man.
Go off.
Yeah. Not financial advice.
Disclaimer.
All right. Well, Elena, thank you for taking some time and asking us those questions.
Yeah.
For those of you that are still here with us, God bless you. And please engage in some way with us. It really helps the channel out. So like, share, comment, do whatever. Just engage somehow. And thank you.